Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another live edition of Mafia Roundtable with Dominick Cicale. Today we're going to talk about Sammy the Snake, not the Bull, the Snake Gravano. It should be bullshit. But like I said prior in the pre-recording, I wasn't going to use this channel to bash or go at people. It's just not my style. But you know what? I'm not going to be made to be taken advantage of in any way, shape, or form. So with that, before I go into it, I want everybody to know, men, if you have any erectile dysfunction, you don't have the stamina you once had as a kid, go to the Manshot.com, themanshot.com, and everything is discreet. Nobody will know about it. You'll have a consult with the doctor, and you'll receive your erectile dysfunction medication. It'll come discreetly packaged. And we already have about 25 people that ordered it. So wait, you will not be disappointed. It'll feel like you have youth again back in your life. Your woman, your girlfriend, whoever you have, your wife, they're going to love it. So will you too. It brings back the confidence, makes you feel good in more ways than one. So guys, don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. This takes the embarrassment out of it. Go to the manshot.com. Have your consult with the doctor. And trust me, when it's delivered, nobody will know what's in the package. It's a tiny, tiny needle. I'll show everybody next time. And trust me, it's well worth it. Well worth it. So, and also go to egvodka.com. We'll be shipping in 44 states. Within the next few weeks, we're just working out the details of it. We're going to have a subscription. So we have it's excellent vodka, 100% organic. You'll love it. I mean, it's really, really good. And order your vodka. Now we'll go into today's topic. Why am I upset? I'm not going to talk about myself in the third person, but why am I upset with Sammy? Why am I upset? Sammy's not a man of his word. Sammy's out for Sammy and only Sammy. And I have this piece of paper here because immediately when I put up the preview, somebody wrote me on my YouTube, not YouTube, I'm sorry. It was my Facebook. Got a message immediately within 2 minutes of it being posted. Here's what the gentleman said, and I'm not going to say his name. Wow. I can't believe it. I was a little upset with A-Light when he flipped on Sammy. And then Mikey Scars was talking about him. And I thought he was just jealous. But now you're doing it. And now I know it's Sammy and not everybody else. Goes on to say, I was looking forward to seeing the interview with you and him. But I think now he will take it down. Can't wait for part 2. Well, number one, I issued Sammy, the law firm that represents me, issued him a cease and desist yesterday. He received it, and from what I was told, it's still up. And that's Sammy. But, you know, I thought we were friends, Sammy and I, but obviously, again, Sammy's out for Sammy. And if Sammy was that hard up for some money, I would have gave him the money. That's, not the issue, because I'm always there for a friend. So here's what happened, folks. I went out to Arizona to see Sammy a few occasions. We're talking. We had a relationship from jail. And Sammy had a lot of negative things to say about other people on YouTube. And I just let him talk. I didn't shed my opinions. I had no opinions. The people he's talking about, I do not know. So I've learned in life, especially when I was in the Mafia, just keep my mouth shut and listen, absorb everything. And there's always 3 sides to a story. Sammy's, theirs, and you'll find the truth somewhere in the middle. So with that, Sammy's talking about how everybody mentions my name. This is Sammy speaking. Everybody mentions my name to get their viewership up because I'm this big YouTube podfather. Sammy, you're not a podfather. I went on there doing it jokingly with you, asking for your permission in the video, the table in the back, that the Podfather. You know what you are? You are the king rat. And you should be ashamed of yourself. You want to talk about other people ratting? Number one, you opened up the gates for people like myself, Mikey Scars, to come in, John A. Light, to become rats. You made it easy for us. You paved the way for us. So if you want to be proud of that, Sammy, that's your legacy, Sammy. King Rat. Even the New York Post posted you King Rat. So that's what you are, a rat. You're not a gangster, Sammy. You're a prankster. And you know why, Sammy? You cooperate. You change your story. You're like a flounder. When you go fishing, you get the flounder, you throw them on the deck of the boat, the thing's flopping. You flop whichever way the wind blows. Because I never read your trial transcripts. I'm not into all that. But I was told not one iota was mentioned in any of your testimony that the reason why you flipped was because John Gotti wanted you to take the weight. Never stated. I know when I testified against Vinny Basciano in my trials, my statement was that the reason why I flipped because everybody was screwing me over. I make no excuses. I didn't come out now and say, oh, and also Vinny wanted me to testify in his behalf for me to take the witness stand. I said that back then. I said it. It's in my 302s. That's why I cooperated. It's not in your 302s, Sammy. So you just do things that are convenient for Sammy because you think you're better than everybody else. Well, you're not, Sammy. You're not. You're the biggest piece of garbage amongst us all. Amongst us all. That you have no remorse for anything you did. Even killing that kid, I think Alan Kaiser. You shot a kid. You killed a kid. Not even to say you're sorry. It was an accident. It happened. So it was spontaneous. You have no remorse. You're just a piece of garbage. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it the way it is. And I didn't want to do this, Sammy. I really didn't. I waited a week and a half, 2 weeks prior to me coming on. And I apologize to all you listeners out there. I'm just so enraged inside, so upset, so passionate about what this man did to me that even after 2 weeks, you see the way I am, how emotional, how I'm just beside myself. Because what Sammy did, what he did. Hey, Dom, you're my brother. You're my friend. You know, what I could do to help you, come on my show. We'll do table in the back. You'll come in like I'm the Podfather. You're asking permission. And I'll throw it up on my YouTube channel for all my subscribers to see. My 500,000 subscribers to see. And it'll help boost your numbers because my followers will come over to you. And then we could do things. I'll go on your show. You come on my show. We'll go back and forth. We'll talk about politics. We'll talk about other topics. And we'll have a good rapport. We have good chemistry. And I fell for it. I definitely fell for it. And you know what? Thank God we've changed our lives. Because now I feel this is the way Sammy operated his whole life. His whole life with all his close friends, his brother-in-law. Lures people in under false promises. But at that time, he sees opportunity. And when Sammy sees the opportunity, what he does is he lures them in. Bam! He kills them. Kills them. Or has them killed. This way now Sammy takes over everything. So now Sammy's the top shit. That's what Sammy does. And Sammy did the same thing here. Because what Sammy did is put it on his paid channel. Not for all subscribers. He didn't even have the decency when I text him on Sunday to respond back. He sends his little pit bull, Anna, who's a sweetheart, really nice young lady. Sends her a text, Dom, what's the problem? Why do you want us to take it down? Anna, because I said so. That's why. That's why. It wasn't part of our agreement. That's why. I have to explain to you why. You know, they think Sammy's God. Sammy walks on water. Sammy does not walk on water. Sammy's one of the lowest people I've ever met. And again, he's a legend, don't get me wrong. But his claim to fame was John Gotti. If it wasn't for John Gotti, Sammy wouldn't have been a pimple on anybody's ass. Who the fuck knew Sammy the snake? Who knew Sammy out there? Talks about the Raptors and this and Tato and this and that. 3 mob wars. Where, Sammy? Where? You're a legend in your own mind. Even though you are a legend, but you embellish, you exaggerate. And it's funny. John A. Light said it. Mikey Scars said it, who knew you, who looked up to you. And to get Michael against you, Michael's a class act. Well-spoken. He's a gentleman. He's the epitome of a mobster. And so is Michael Franzese. No, listen, I'm not even going to go into other people. But you know what, Sammy? You're not a nice person. You're not a man of your word. You're just out for Sammy. Well, even when I spoke to you about the sexual harassment, knowing sexual harassment is close to my heart because it has to deal with my wife. When I asked you to come on with me, help me out, you turned around and told me, Dom, I can't do that. It's not good. But if you get some legs under it, meaning do all the heavy lifting, get it started, and I see you have momentum, then I'll come on. I'll push. Wow, that's a friend, folks? It's not a friend. Sammy's out for Sammy and only Sammy. Sammy doesn't give a shit about anybody out there, any cause out there. Zero. And you know what? Again, I'll reiterate. This show is not about bashing, but I'm not going to be made taking advantage and keep my mouth shut. That's not going to happen. This is the way I come at you. You cross me, I will come at you. And trust me, what I speak is 1,000% correct. 1,000%. Even more so, I want to talk about Lee Cole. Lee Cole knew what this was coming out and I have a text message. Lee, here's what's coming. Please don't say anything. Keep it between us. Actually, I talked to James Proctor about it, and James spoke to Lee. All of a sudden, Lee tries calling me. I didn't accept the call. Texts me. Hey, I'm doing a show on Sammy right away. All of a sudden, you're doing a show on Sammy. I'm not going to mention you. No, he says, can I quote you? I said, absolutely not. I don't want anything mentioned with me. No inferences mentioned, and keep it at that. With that, he does a show. First few minutes I'm listening to it, he's insinuating, like I hear it, and everybody who knows this genre, who follows it, because this is like the days of the Mafia, like Days of Our Lives, the soap opera. This is a soap opera. He inferences his source. After I told him no, so what I did was respectfully, James Lee, I wish you the best. Blah 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 blah. Boom, shut him down. That's it. Blocked them. You know what? You live and learn. And it's funny because when I wanted to do, I did the video with Lee Cole. I talked about Mikey Scars. Mikey Scars seems like a nice guy. Right away I get a call from Sammy. Are you fucking out of your mind? You're supposed to be my friend. How dare you call him a nice guy? You should be bashing him. You should be saying this about him. You should be saying that. I said, Sammy, whoa. The guy never did anything wrong to me. He seems like a nice guy. And you know what I did? Didn't listen to Sammy. We reached out. We communicated. I went to meet him. Mikey and his wife with my wife. Unbelievable. One of the classiest men I've ever met in my life in the Mafia. We hit it off like we knew each other for years. Many years. Like we never skipped a beat. Comfortable. Great guy. We didn't even talk about Sammy. He had, just a great guy. Lovely wife, where it's like, wow. So, Sammy wants everybody to be taking up his fight. Guy's out of his mind. Then he had the balls to tell me, well, if you do that, then I'm just going to cut you out of our circle. We have a lot of nice things going on and this and that. Well, Sammy, fuck you and your circle. Because you don't dictate to me. You were never my boss. You were never in my family. And if I was, and you saw the money that I brought in to the Bonanno crime family, you would have probably tried to kill me too and take everything I had. Because that was your MO, Sammy. You killed your own brother-in-law. You killed a kid with zero remorse. Not even the respect to send your condolences or tell something about what happened, and you apologize that you feel. You're just heartless. You have a black soul, Sammy. A black soul. And furthermore, I wrote down some notes because there's a lot. And as you can see, I apologize for my rage and the way I am with him, because this channel's not about that. But again, I'm not going to be taking advantage. And you had in another video, you talk about Joe Massino. You would have killed him, and if Joe was around you. Sammy, what Joe did also was despicable. A boss wearing a wire after decades of being in that top position. Then you flip on another boss. You set everything up. That's despicable. And you know what? I have, maybe I'm real sensitive with that because that's why I got locked up. But you couldn't wipe Joe Massino's shoes, Sammy. That's for sure. You couldn't wipe his shoes. You're jealous of him, the power he had. You never had that power. You were just an umbrella boy. You carried John Gotti's umbrella. That's all you did, Sammy. That's all you did. And you ordered people to get killed for your own benefit, to fill your pockets. Because you were about shit out there, Sammy. We could go into, and it's funny, everybody has a problem with Sammy. So look at the root of it, folks. It's Sammy. And you know what? Another thing I noticed, and I'm not stupid, I'll leave it up to you viewers because you people are very sharp. Sammy, your numbers, you have over 500,000 subs, yet if you look at the ratios, I'm at not even 17,000 subs yet. Look at my video at the end of the day, especially on a Friday. I wind up with close to 10,000 with the two videos combined in one day. With Sammy, takes you 3 days, 4 days on some of your regular videos with your 500,000 subscribers. You don't even get that. This ratio doesn't make sense, Sammy. Wonder about your subs. And Sammy, you are a rat. You're not a gangster, Sammy. You're a prankster. You are definitely not a gangster. You still think you're a gangster, you're part of the mob? Sammy, you helped destroy the mob. You should be ashamed of yourself, Sammy. You really should be. You just didn't want to do life. State the facts. State what's accurate. Don't say John wanted you to testify. John wanted to put the blame on you. Woe is Sammy. That's not the case, Sammy. It's not the case. You talk about gas pipe? You were going to cut his throat and ADX. Sammy, you're so full of shit. That place is so locked down, it's not even funny. So stop with your fucking stories that you get enraged. Ooh, everybody's afraid of you. You know, now I could see why people go against you, Sammy. I see your true colors. I see your true colors. And you know what, Sammy? Shame on me. Shame on me. I should have realized. But I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I figure we could do something nice, get together, help people. We're stronger as one. But obviously we're not. And another thing, Sammy, that you mentioned. There's a lot of people who got straightened out and never killed anybody. Sammy considers those people, they should have never gotten made. That everybody who's in the life should actually kill somebody. That's not true, Sammy. It's not true, folks. Like Joe Massino always said, you need a lot of ingredients to make a good soup. A lot of ingredients. We had Perry. Perry never killed anybody. Perry has 5 restaurants on Mulberry Street. And yet, he was a made guy. Giuliani, I think, gave him the key to the city for the San Gennaro feast. Key to the city. So you do need people who aren't violent, who have no record, to make the family strong, to make it grow. So, Sammy, that's another thing. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. And Michael Franzese said it best. Sammy, get over it. You're not an underboss anymore. You're not an underboss. So, with that, what else do I have? I could go on forever and ever and ever and ever. But Sammy, you do have, and I'll say this publicly, you do have a cease and desist. If that video is not taken down on your paid channel, I will be coming after you hard and heavy for anything the lawyers could do. Because you know what? This is my way to get back. Because I've gave up the street ways. I'm a civilian now. I'm a legitimate citizen. I'm not a gangster like you, Sammy. You're still gangster. You're probably seething right now. You're just garbage, Sammy. And again, viewers, I apologize. I really do. But, I mean, what he did, it hit close to home. It hurts. And this is my way to get back. legitimately the right way. And I'm not embellishing. I'm not saying anything out of character. I'm talking facts. All facts with Sammy. And you know what? The story I did with Jeff on my Patreon, we spoke about it. I didn't even know. I didn't even realize that in table in the back with Sammy actually stated, we're talking about TG, Graziano. And because he never killed anybody, that Sammy stated he killed somebody for him, and he never told the government. That went straight past my ears, folks, because when Jeff brought it up to me in our Patreon, I was like, wow, I didn't even catch that. And wow, Sammy, you didn't tell the government about a murder? Ha! Shame on you, Sammy. Because just like Frank Salemi, Cadillac Frank from, I think, Boston, he didn't give up a murder with his son. After being released, feds wound up locking him back up, taking him to trial, gave him a life sentence. So, Sammy, you might have another headache coming your way. Shame on you, Sammy. Shame on you. And you know what? You're just, in my book, you're definitely #1 snake and king rat. You are a rat, Sammy. There's no two ways about it. And you're not a podfather. You're a rat father. That's what you are. So with that, everybody, sorry it had to be so hard, but I had to get it out. And this is 2 weeks afterwards. So everybody knows, imagine me 2 weeks ago. Oh my God, you would have been seeing smoke out my ears like in the cartoons. So, Lee, we have any viewers today?
Yeah, you're at 360. Right?
Oh, damn, we're back.
There we go.
Uh-oh, let's go. Come on, comment time.
All right, the sit down with Jeff Nadu says, some of you folks that have an issue with channels bringing up Sammy need to realize you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. He does this to everybody.
And you know what, Jeff? Viewers, I'm telling you what's going on behind the scenes. I'm telling you the way Sammy acts. Also, even with Jimmy Calandra. Listen, guys are entitled to make mistakes. They want to talk about Jimmy, who I never met, heard a lot of things about him. Johnny A. Light, who I know. Love the guy. Love the guy, so I know him. Sometimes people make mistakes. They might embellish. They might say things. Not saying either one of them did it. But you know what? They're here to tell a story. They're here to tell about their past. And everybody wants to feel good when they're telling stories, myself included. But I try to stay accurate. That's just the way I am. But Sammy, this is behind the scenes. Sammy wants to control everything, wants to dictate to everybody like he's in the Mafia and pull strings. And that was never Dominick Cicale. Even when I was with Vinny, Vinny couldn't pull my strings. And I loved Vinny. And there was another guy out there who I'm going to mention. Two people who I loved and adored. Vinny Basciano and Big Jimmy McManus, who we were inseparable out there. I shared stuff with Big Jimmy in the Mafia stuff when Ace got straightened out here. Even though he's Irish, that's how close I was with Jimmy. And never one time, we would always be friends, put things past each other, never dictate. Sammy, you have that Napoleon complex. You think your shit don't stink. You make excuses for every bad decision you made. And it just shows your character. You killed a young kid and never even apologized for it. From what I was told. I could be wrong. I don't think I am. And by doing that, in my book, you want to know the truth, Sammy? I'm not going to be quiet. You're a piece of garbage.
All right, so Houston's in the house, LA's in the house, NYC's in the house.
Yeah, in the NYC, Houston and LA in the house. Here we go. Let's go.
And the Bronx says, because of your beef with the snake, we miss another Bronx-related story.
Well, I'm sorry you missed another beef. Listen, we have plenty of Bronx-related stories. Plenty of them coming out. No, don't worry, you'll get them. Stay tuned. But I had to get this out. This was personal. It hit hard, and I have to get it off my chest. This is my way to get my frustrations and my anger out through this channel. Otherwise, it stays bottled up. It festers. Because back in the day, Sammy would have had a fucking problem. If I was in the life, Sammy would have definitely had a problem with me.
J.A. says, good afternoon, Dom. Much love and respect from San Antonio. I thought all was good with Lee. I guess I missed something. Can you elaborate?
Yes, with Lee, all is good. Lee did Lee. Everybody warned me about him. Lee's worried about his own thing. And one of my text messages to him, after I told Lee, please don't do anything with Sammy or inference anything about myself, Lee went ahead and did that. And I have Lee also under a confidentiality agreement. So he violated that. So he better watch his P's and Q's. Otherwise, I'll have the lawyers put cease and desist if I have to do an injunction on everybody. Trust me, I go at people legally. I have a powerful law firm out of West Palm Beach. And they're on call 24/7 with me, and that's no bullshit. My wife could attest that. Sunday morning, 5 o'clock, I'm hitting the lawyer up. Well, is everything okay? She gave me shit, but that's neither here nor there. I just don't like the bullshit. So with Lee Cole, I even told him in the text message, Lee, if you needed a couple of $100, all you had to do was ask. What are you going to make off that video? Like, really? And I said, once I launch it, this channel today, I'll give you rights to the first interview, Lee. And that wasn't good enough for him. And James Proctor's a class above himself. Still in contact with him. Great guy. And I just hope, I wish them both well on their channel, but I hope James doesn't get sucked in or sucked under with Lee Cole.
All right, so Brian says, John Gleason made a deal with the devil to get to Gotti. Neither Sammy or Gleason never mentioned that innocent 16-year-old kid, Alan Kaiser.
Yeah, I really don't know too much about it, but I'm going to start looking it up. I'll speak to Jeff because Jeff, my partner with the Patreon channel, The Sit Down, he knows a lot of details about that. But yes, he's right. I mean, this response, they never mentioned anything. And to me, that's a disgrace. That would be first and foremost. You know what? You can't take back what you've done in life. But at least show some remorse, some, condolences to the family. Not saying they'll accept it, they'll understand it, but at least do something. Open up a fund for the family or donate money. Do something productive. But no, not Sammy, because Sammy has that Napoleon complex. Excuse me. His ego is bigger than life. And it just shows me King Snake, King Rat. Sammy is just all Sammy.
Pat says, I have no respect for Lee Cole. He turned 180 with something I discussed with him.
Well, sorry to hear that, Pat, but you know what? You live and learn. And I started to get to like Lee, but not saying I dislike him. I wish them the best on their channel, but that's it. Put him on block, and I'll never go on his channel. He'll never get my support again. He already burnt his bridge down. And you know what, folks? I could say I should have listened. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt to screw up. Thank God it wasn't that bad of a thing, but you live and learn in life. But you know what came out of it? James Proctor. I'll be in touch with him. Great guy, and I like him a lot.
Big G says, you and Mikey Scars would be a great show.
Big G, I'm in touch with Michael. Love him. Even RJ, great guy. I mean, just a great team. Michael and RJ, they're both lucky to have one another. I envy that. I'm jealous of that. Hopefully Jeff and I, Nadu, will build a rapport relationship the way they have. But I love their brotherhood, the way they are, their vibe together, the way they work together. I mean, they're great. Great chemistry, great show, and wish them nothing but the most success. And you know what? They're not jealous. They try to help everybody. That's what it's about. They see the bigger picture.
Xavier James says, Sammy was in a full leg cast and couldn't get out of the car. The report shows someone getting out of the car and killing the kid. And he said he talked to family.
Okay. So I'd like to know when, where he spoke to the family. And if you could share that with us, that would be great. And I'm sure everybody else on YouTube would love to see that. Anything else, guys?
We're scrolling through something.
What happened to my Bella? Where's Bella? Bella left me?
Your boy Nose is in jail.
Who?
Your boy Nose
Oh, Michael knows? Oh, he walked in, he went in jail?
is in jail.
Okay, no, I know the judge sentenced him, but if he had to turn himself in. No, I thought it was September. I think it's September he goes in. He has to self-surrender. So, yeah, I think he received 11 months. So, that's good. It'll be good for him. So,
Jesus, did you have a car crash when you did the hit on Randy?
a car crash? No, I did not have a car crash when we did the hit on Randy. Go ahead.
Lewis is asking from the UK is asking what's in your drink. What are you drinking? The color.
You want some? Nah, it's not EG. Oh, it's Gatorade. By the way, Ma, there's no vodka in here, Ma. I'm not slurring, Ma. Okay, listen, my mother, I drove her crazy throughout the years, so anything that's chemically imbalanced in her brain was because of me. So I drove her crazy. She tells me people are joking, you're slurring your words, or she'll see I have a drink. Oh my God, I hope you're not drinking too much. I hope that, oh Jesus, here we go. Here we go. So no, it's Gatorade, Ma. There's no liquor. I'm not an alcoholic. Not yet.
Wu Gambino says, Dom, what's up, bro? Yo, when we gonna get some big Ern stories?
They're coming out on Patreon, so sign up to Patreon. You'll hear some of his stories. But little bits and pieces until I'm really waiting until the man passes because I have too much love and respect for him. But you'll hear bits and pieces of me coming up, him training me, teaching me about the streets, and me not even realizing it as a kid. But he was definitely a father figure in my life.
Roberto says, Sammy couldn't shine your shoes, Dom.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Roberto. You know, and it's sad, but it really does, even though I'm so enraged right now, bothers me I have to talk about him because I really did have a lot of respect for Sammy. But just to show for a few dollars, for his greed, his selfishness, and even another one, folks, I told Sammy, I says, hey, let's do this. Do me a favor, come on my show, let's talk about this. Sammy actually turned around and said, Dom, why would I go on your show when I have my own platform? And I was like, what'd you just say? Wow, Sammy. Wow, you're really that selfish? It's all about Sammy? And that shows me Sammy never had intentions of helping me. Sammy's jealous. Probably jealous of my growth. Probably jealous I didn't have to pay for my subscribers. You know, it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's disgusting.
You got a what's up from Sweden.
Hey, Sweden. Sweden in the house?
Christopher.
Okay.
Whalen.
All right.
Sean says, love to see you hook up with the real class act, Michael Franzese. Any plans for that in the future?
Well, you know what, folks? We are in talks, going back and forth. Michael's extremely busy, so we have to wait for him to get some time. But we're definitely going to meet up. There'll be 3 capos, myself included, 3 capos, and I'm not going to say the 3 or the other 2 or the other 1, but we're all going to sit down and discuss the future, maybe doing something together. And I think it'll be a hell of a show.
Andrew comments, coming at this from a neutral perspective, I just would say keep Christ in your mind as you do this video.
Oh, definitely. Definitely will do. And you know what? Again, I apologize to everybody for seeing my anger, for seeing my frustrations. Maybe it's because of being hurt. But really, I look at this as just maybe letting it out, helping me where I feel better about it. But I'm just really disappointed. Like, just, I really, Sammy will never change. And he's one of the few that haven't changed, will never change. It's all about him. Next.
Christopher says, I don't know how Gotti Sr. didn't see right through Sammy back then.
Well, I think Gotti Sr. did see through Sammy after it was too late. Where he started seeing Sammy's ways. So, you know, what happens is sometimes when you just get around the guy, you don't see their true colors till some time passes. As time passed, I think Gotti Sr. did see it. That's why you hear him on the tapes talking bad about Sammy, which he should have never did inside a house, but everybody's entitled to make mistakes. But Sammy was just all about Sammy. And like I said before, Sammy wouldn't even have been a pimple on a bull's ass if it wasn't for John Gotti. Sammy was a nobody. Nobody would never even knew who Sammy the bull, Snake was or is, if it wasn't for Gotti.
Paul asks, do you have any feeling what Ace will do once released? Any circumstance you believe you and him can get back?
I don't know. I love Ace till this day. And I even told the government, I don't want to testify against him. Please give him a good deal. I even said that, otherwise I'm not coming in. They said, listen, you better worry about yourself. He's a big boy if he wants to come in, but Ace is a man's man. I would definitely look out for him when he comes home. I hope he walks away from the life. It's not for him. He did too many years in jail, lost too much time, and he's too much of a man for the life. Today's Mafia, too much of a man, so he better step back. And I'll always be here for him if he needs help.
MJ says, what did Gravano do to piss Dom off? Also, Dom, stay away from Lee Cole. He's no good and will drag you down. He will ultimately stick you. Look into him more before you befriend him.
Oh, no, I already did. So it already happened. He violated my trust, but it wasn't that severe. But that little small infraction just had me sever the ties. As far as Sammy's not a man of his word. Sammy's for Sammy. And, it is what it is. Okay.
Nick Russo, no statue on murders, right? Question mark.
No statutes. Nope. They could go back. And that's what Sammy did. Sammy said on tape on our interview, I killed somebody for TG, and I didn't tell the government. So, Sammy, you might have a bigger problem on your hand. And I had no clue he even said it. I didn't realize it till Jeff Nadeau brought it to my attention and played that tape for me. It's on our Patreon channel.
Timothy said, hello, Dom. It's Tim in Orlando. Have you heard from Gene Borrello? I hope you mentor him. He's a good kid at heart.
Yes, I hear from Gene constantly. He should be coming out in 2 or 3 weeks. And Gene will be, from what he says, he wants to come on the show, do things with me. Of course, Gene was a banano, so he'll come right here. He has a home. We helped him out the first time, and I never said this because he was on probation. I didn't want to get him violated. But we helped him out when he did come down to Tampa. We got him situated, and hopefully Gene will stay focused. He'll listen, and then we have a lot of good things for him. But if he doesn't listen, if he acts the way he did in the past, I love him, but I'm not going to tolerate somebody doing things the wrong way. I've come too far.
Tyler says, Sammy asked people to subscribe to his channel because YouTube wouldn't let him curse or talk about murders. The title of the video had curse words in it. It was a lie to get more subs and more money.
Probably so. I can't speak for that, but it is what it is. I'm just tired of people's bullshit, their stories. They're trying to embellish who they are, and he still thinks he's a gangster. He still thinks he's a mobster, and he's not. He's a rat. Good. What are you laughing at?
I was going to read another comment, and Lee just touched the phone. Alexander, thanks for your contribution.
Thank you, Alexander.
Was it true that Joe C. Jr. tried to usurp the boss position from Mikey Knows? Also, what's your opinion on Joe C.?
Yes, it is true. He tried to usurp his position. He tried making a move. I don't knock it. But you know what? Joe C is a class act. Love the guy. Great guy. His father, too. His father was one of the guys that straightened me out. I love Joe C. The Badano crime family would be a lot more structured if Joe C had the helm of the crime family. But you know what? If Joe C is watching this, Step away from the life. Stay with your kids. The life is shit. You know that. You don't need the life. Walk away. Enjoy your life. Wish you and your family the very best. And my condolences for your father's passing. Great man he was.
Big Bird from Florida says Sammy's almost bringing the old Dom out of retirement.
Never happened. I would never go back to those old ways. And again, I apologize for people seeing my anger, but it's more out of hurt, frustration, and just hearing Sammy's bullshit. I don't like it. I really don't. See, now people see right now the way I'm acting, I'm so much more calmer. Before I had to get it out. I just had to get it out. Now I feel better. But you'll never see the old Dominick. Never. That'll never happen. Unless somebody tries to harm me and my family, it's the only time the old Dominick will come out. But other than that, people could say, do whatever they want other than trying to harm me, my children, or my loved ones. Then all bets are off.
Dave, originally from Brooklyn, there's no reason to apologize. It was awesome. I used to love Sammy, but then I realized I loved his director more than anything because he's the one that made the stories interesting.
Yes, I heard too. His director, I forgot the guy's name. Jeff, if you're watching, please hit it up to his director's name. But he has no relationship with him. And I hear all the things Sammy's trying to do with movies, everything gets nixed because of Sammy's greed. Even with us, before I got into EG, to have I'm one of the majority owners of it. We proposed Sammy to do a vodka. And Sammy would have to put up no money. There was going to be 4 partners, Sammy included. Sammy would have 25%. And Sammy's words to me were like, Dom, I'm going to need some money too. I'm like, are you out of your mind? It's going to cost close to $1 million plus to get a distillery set up here in the States, to put it up with labeling it, and you want money too? That just right away my antennas went up. You're greedy. You're greedy. After that, I nixed it with the guys and just went into EG itself. So Sammy's just all about Sammy, and his greed levels are off the chart. Unbelievable.
Big G Cucamonga. Hey, Dom. Are there any associates that you recruited that are still in the life that hold high positions in the family now, like a captain position?
Any associates? No, I'm not sure about that. I'm really not sure. But also, Sammy, this is to you. I don't need your name to get subs. And people, even coming in from Sammy's channel, do not subscribe to my channel. Don't subscribe. All right, Sammy? Because I know what Sammy's going to say. Oh, Dominick's putting my name up there so he could get my subs. Sammy, it's not about subs. It's about doing the right thing. I don't need your subs. I'm okay. The subs do not put money in my pocket. Actually, YouTube, really, I don't need the money. I don't need the funds. I do it because I have a passion. This is my therapy. I like it. I enjoy it. I like the interaction. And I love the support. And eventually I want to grow where we're helping kids, women, sexual harassment, all causes. I want to be out there. I want to be a voice for the people that don't have a voice. That's why I'm here, not for the money. So, Sammy, go fuck yourself.
Justin B said Sammy was a big earner. He makes money with you and then he kills you and takes it back.
Right. Sammy wasn't a big earner. You said it right. He kills people who are big earners and then takes everything. That's what Sammy did. For him to kill his own brother-in-law for money, his own brother-in-law, his wife's brother, Sammy Gravano, killed to take his business and his money. Need I say more? Next. Okay, well, the team's looking there.
Chloe.
Chloe?
All right. So Lewis said, Dom, my daughter just walked in and I got you on TV. Could you please say happy birthday to Chloe?
Happy birthday, Chloe. How old are you? Wish you the very best. And tell me how old she is, please. So, Chloe, have a happy birthday. And I'll say more once I find your age out.
Louis Aldos. Hey, Dom. It's Louis from UK. Don't forget, shout out to the UK.
Louis, much love. how do you say? On the other side of the pond, UK in the house. I will be going out to the UK soon, seeing my dear brother, Michael Anderson, Mick, who I love him. Great guy. Wait till I tell you the Mick stories. People, because of Mick, I met my uncle. I had never met my Uncle Luca. I found out about my Uncle Luca, who lived in Europe. Matt, stop laughing, Maddie. Who lived in Europe, and the bank contacted me with an inheritance of $48 million. Passports, everything, documents. I was the next of heir to my Uncle Luca. Stay tuned for that story. Mick, I love you. $48 million coming to my way in my bank account. Stay tuned for that story. Next.
Let's see here. Xavier James, if Sammy didn't say he killed someone, he said Hector said he killed someone for TG and didn't tell the government about it, not Sammy doing the murder for him.
Okay, Hector said that. Well, check in the video. Go on my Patreon channel, and you'll see Jeff Nadeau actually played the video where it said, Sammy said Sammy didn't tell about the murder. He did. That Sammy killed the guy. So that's what I heard from the video. Jeff played it twice to me. It skipped my ears. So whichever the case, if Sammy didn't tell about the murder, shame on him.
Chloe's 24 today, and she's sitting on the sofa playing on her phone.
Chloe, happy 24th birthday. Do not go out drinking. If you do drink, be responsible. Have a good time. Wish you the very best. Enjoy it. Enjoy those years. They go by so fast. Enjoy it. Go to school. Get a good education. Good job. Stay focused. And wish you the very best, Chloe. Many more to come.
Kevin says, I was watching Chris Colombo from the Colombo family. He said his father was killed by the FBI. Anything you know about that shooting?
No, I don't know anything about that shooting, but I doubt if it was the FBI that killed him. So, but, you know, who would know? Michael would know more so with that, I would presume.
John says, hey, Dom, what's your thoughts on Joey Cupcake?
Joey Cupcakes, definitely a character. Like I said in one of my past videos, I was close with Joey growing up. Our last transaction, I mean, we dealt with cocaine, guns, selling guns to Alpo. Our last transaction, we were getting involved in heroin. I went and picked up an ounce of heroin. And Joey then went missing in action, never contacted me after that, and I got stuck to where I had to get rid of it. But Joey was out there back in the day. It seems like he's still a wild man. But, you know, I wish him the best. And there's a lot of stories with Joey, his father, Rayos, my Uncle Peter, the Neck. A lot of stories to come with him. And Joey's just a character in himself, as you could see. By the way he dresses, the way he speaks. He is definitely out of his mind, but he's a funny bastard, too. Next.
Milwaukee's in the house.
Hey, Milwaukee.
If Sammy apologized, this is from Kevin. If Sammy apologized, do you think more people would respect him?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But Sammy is such a egotistical bastard. Sammy's not apologizing. Sammy can't even admit he's a rat. He makes excuses. I'm a government informant. I had to tell because Gotti wanted to put the blame on me. Sammy, you're full of shit. That's nowhere in any of your testimony from what I was told. You're a rat, Sammy. You are a rat. You're not a gangster anymore. You gave that up when you ratted.
Boomer Idiot says, Dom, I respect you, but I'm disappointed you would air a video of Sammy incriminating himself because you now have YouTube beef. I thought you were better than that.
Listen, it is what it is. Sammy incriminated his own self. So Sammy will come on. I didn't say any names. I'm talking facts the way it is. I didn't make up a story. So it's there. It was brought to my attention. So I'm just sharing it with everybody. You could see it in the video, in the interview when I was asked that question. And I wasn't the one. Sammy's the one who added, not me. Sammy added on his paid channel. So shame on Sammy, not on Dominick. It's out there. I'm repeating what's already out there. So you should check yourself first before you make a statement like that.
Do you have any feelings what Ace will do once released? Any circumstance you believe you and him can get back?
Oh,
Oh, you did.
yes.
This thing is jumping on me.
Yeah, that's all right. But to answer with the Ace question, absolutely. Anything's possible in life. Nothing's impossible. Thank God I didn't have to testify against him. I wish he would have cooperated, but he didn't. And I only want the best for him. And, that's
Bomber
it.
88, Dom, you should ignore Sammy because right now you're coming off as a bitter because you knew all of this about Sammy and were cool with him. You have issues with these things.
No, I do have issues with these things, and there's nothing wrong. I'm human. I could have feelings too. I have issues. But I didn't cross the line of friendship. Sammy did. So you know what? I asked him nicely to take it down. He didn't even have the decency to respond back to me. So yeah, I'm upset. How would you act? How would you feel taking advantage? How would you feel? I went out to Arizona twice to see Sammy. Booked tickets, round trips, went to his birthday party. The only one to show up at his birthday party. To show support, to show the brotherhood. And this is what you do to me? You promise something under false pretenses? So yeah, I am upset. How would you feel? How would you react? It would be okay? So Sammy, you could stick it up my ass and that's it. I'm supposed to accept it? Sorry, not going to.
NYC Crime Spot. Dom, did you ever cross the bridge to do business in the Whitestone Bayside area?
Yes, definitely. I was in Whitestone. We did business over there. My stomping grounds, I loved Forest Hills, a place called Bartini's, so right by the U.S. Open. So, yes, I was over there plenty of times.
Abruzzi says, Big Dom, please talk about Sammy's drug op with his wife and children.
Well, to the extent of with his prior ecstasy conviction, again, Sammy didn't do it, as Sammy says. It was a kid, so Sammy took the deal for himself. But from other people, they say differently. There's statements where it was Sammy's drug op, and he brought his kids along. But to me, that's neither here nor there. Shame on Sammy that he even got involved with anything illegal the first time out when he was given a second chance in life.
Chloe responded to you and said, hi, Dom. Thanks for the birthday wishes. You're so kind. And I left college a few years ago. I'm a manager at Shell Fuel, and I'm drinking. But you want to tell my dad to drink responsibly? He's polished off bottles of brandy.
Hey, Chloe's dad, drink responsibly. But EG, get EG Vodka. Don't worry, we're coming to New York. Chloe, congratulations. You sound like a wonderful young woman. And hopefully one day on my tours, if we ever set something up, I'll have the pleasure. Hopefully I'll meet you and your father.
Bill, thanks for his contribution.
Thank you, Bill, for the contribution.
My brother, keep doing you. You are 100%, 100%, 100%.
I'm always going to do me. I'm going to do what's right, what I feel is right. And this is my platform where, again, I don't want to bash anybody, but I'm not going to be taken advantage of. Not by Sammy, not by anyone out there. It's not happening. This is what this platform is about. If somebody does something dirty to me, I'm going to just tell it the way it is. Tell it the way I feel. This is my story. This is what it's about. And I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. I'm just not going to do it. And again, to all the viewers out there, I apologize for everybody seeing my frustration, my just rage inside about this. But it's more out of hurt, being hurt, disappointed. And somebody that you looked up to, that you respected. And I'm going to call it the way it is. I kept my mouth shut too many times. Another thing what Sammy had to say. And I don't know if it's in the video still, but we spoke about this. I told Sammy, yeah, Vinny Basciano did about a dozen murders. all unsanctioned. So right away, Sammy hit, well, Vinny didn't know the life. You can't do that. Vinny didn't know anything about the life. And I looked at Sammy, and that bothered me. Out of the respect I still have for Vinny. And I turned around to Sammy. I said, really? So you're saying Vinny didn't know the life? That's right, he didn't know the life. You can't do a murder without the boss's permission. Well, Sammy, no disrespect, but didn't you kill a boss? You're not supposed to do that either. Oh, Sammy got irate, where you saw the anger in him. Well, we had to. There's always an excuse for Sammy. Always an excuse. And I let it go because he's older, showing him respect. But after what Sammy just did, we all can't be wrong about Sammy, folks. We all can't be wrong. And again, I just had to get this out. So it was bothering me that much. And I'm human. So I apologize for people who are offended about it. But at least I'm keeping it real. How are we looking?
Lee got a shout out that he's back.
Lee! Oh, Lee, shout out. Who was that, Carrie? Carrie, your Care Bear?
He's your Care Bear. Let's get this correct. He's number 2, right behind Fluff Fluff.
Fluff. Where is he?
Since Mikey says, since Mikey Scars has been exposing Sammy, would you say he's 100% right about him? Love the show, Dom.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know the particulars about, what they came up with. Every time I hear Michael, he talks a lot of sense. Things make sense. And like I said, there's always 3 sides of a story. But I have to weigh heavily on what Michael's saying. Because his character, Michael has too much class. But there's a lot of things that, Michael has on his mind that he's coming out, bringing to light. And if I had to weigh on anybody's side, I would say 99% to Michael. You know what? 100% to Michael. I don't believe Sammy. I think Michael's accurate on everything he's saying. He has no hidden agenda. He doesn't need the money. He's very classy, well-spoken, and I think Michael is 1,000% correct in what he's saying. Incredible.
Alexander Wilson, thanks for the contribution.
Thank you for the contribution, Alexander Williams.
Mikey Scar's son, who is a cousin to Frank, I don't even want to, DeChico, yeah, said that Sammy said that Frank's brother stole money from his pocket after he got blown up. He said that's a lie because his body was on fire.
I don't know anything about that, but, that's, can't comment on stuff I don't know. So I can comment, but I'm not.
Cornbread, thanks for your contribution.
Thank you, Cornbread.
No question involved, just
Okay.
saying you're number 1.
Appreciate it.
Don't let it go to your head.
Okay.
Chloe wrote back, would love to meet you, Dom, if you're ever in the UK. Me and Dad will come see you. He did get me a new car, which I love. Don't know if we will get EG over here. Best wishes, love, thanks, and enjoying the rest of my birthday with the girls.
Chloe, again, we are definitely working on bringing EG to the UK with Michael Anderson. He also owns a minor league football club out there. I think it's the Gillingham. So we're definitely working on shipping out there to the UK, and he'll be one of the main importers of EG Vodka. So we're working on it, and I should be out there soon. Maybe do something in his stadium where we'll get a big, hopefully get a big support following.
Sly Guy, thanks for your contribution. Kevin, thanks for your contribution.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, Kevin and Sly Guy.
Dom, thank you for your time. You have a great channel. I grew up in New York. We run the planet. Laugh out loud.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you for your love and support, guys. How are we looking? Any more?
There's a bunch. How did you survive the streets?
How did I survive the streets? Bobbing and weaving, ducking and dodging. Just always listening, keeping it real, being accurate when I speak, never backing down if I'm right, and conducting myself as a man, no matter who I went up against. I always just was on point, just stayed true to the course. Now, there was times where, like when Steven grabbed me, put a gun to my head, took me to the cemetery, I thought my life was over, but it wasn't my time. So you just learn, you grow, and you try to be honest and fair with people.
John asked, did you know Michael Yanati from the Gambino family?
Yes, I met Michael Yanati in MDC Brooklyn Metropolitan Center. It's a holding facility. And I'm pretty sure he took a plea for 20 years. He was part of, I think, the Curtis Leawood shooting in the John Gotti case, John Gotti Jr. case. I know he took a plea deal, and I liked him. We got along with him, rough and tumble guy. Very nice guy, and I wish him the best. It's silent.
I'm looking.
No, don't worry.
Oh, Timothy Sullivan, my grandson, Uriah, turned 6 Tuesday. We had a fun party at Kobe.
Well, happy birthday, Uriah. Right, Uriah? Happy 6th birthday, and many more to come. Okay.
Liam says, I'm done with these channels. I like it a lot. Better when it was just mob stories and not this mudslinging BS.
Okay, well, yeah, but it has to be said. Like, I'm sorry. You know, half my team agrees, half doesn't agree, but it had to be brought out. Because then people ask, why didn't you do something with Sammy? Why did you do this with Sammy? So I'm letting everybody know. I'm telling you behind the scenes what goes on. It's not all hunky-dory, folks. You got people that are jealous, envious, and guys like Sammy just wants to knock everybody down and think he's the king shit. So that's what it's about. So, and you find out about people's character. I think that's important too. This way people know about other individuals' characters where you're getting more up close and personal. Seeing how, like, Sammy's a megalomaniac. He wants to control everything, everybody around him. It just don't work that way. So, you know, go ahead.
So, Cornbread, Dom, any Rosario Gangi stories or the Romanos of the Genovese families whose bloodline runs rampant in the life?
No, not off the top of my head, and I'm sorry for that.
Alexander Wilson, thanks for the contribution. On the Mafia Reddit, they posted a prison picture of you lifting weights with a guy named Butch. Can you talk about that?
Oh, absolutely. That was my boy. Butch was a high-ranking member of the Bloods out of not L.A., Vegas. He was a shot caller. And the guy on the bottom of the bench is a guy, Mike. He was out of Florida. The three of us were there. And I remember that was in Talladega, Alabama. One of the altercations I had, I used to work at the rec shop. I had to clean the windows at night. That was my job for about 5 minutes. Just clean the windows, go back to my unit. So one night I'm cleaning the window. A Muslim guy comes and pushes the door while I'm cleaning. That's disrespectful. Like, he didn't wait, he didn't knock, he didn't say excuse me. Like, he pushed the door at me. And right away, I went at him. You punk, you this, you that. All of a sudden, the move rings. Words are going back and forth. I'll see you next move on the yard. He said, all right. I get back to the unit. Butch is there. Sees I'm upset. He says, what's up? I said, no, I'm strapping up, putting boots on, putting on some books around me just in case. And I have a banger, a knife on the yard. So we go back out there. So Butch is like, you don't even need that. I'm going with you. I said, no, you don't have to. Me, Butch, Mike, and myself, we hit the yard on the next move. On the next move, there's an imam who's Muslim, the head of the Muslims. Maybe about, I'd say a dozen of them. And dude. So I go out there ready to throw down. And the imam, I steps to Butch. Now, Butch is, you see him in the picture. We're both flexed up. He's jacked. And he was really good with his hands. So he said, yo, brother, you know, what are you doing? You going against your brother? So he says, Butch is like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm with my brother. Dominick's my brother. All that bullshit, I don't ride with that. I got my brother's back, so whatever you guys want to do, let's do it. Man, they backed up so fucking quick. Like, oh no, we apologize. We we're sorry, we didn't mean it, but like Butch was adamant, he had my back. So Butch was my boy back then. Great guy, strong. Like he just naturally had that strength. But shout out to Butch and Mike. Love you guys. If you're still around, still alive, that was many years ago.
Jay Stone, hey Dom, can we get a funny, good Perry Como story?
Perry Como. Absolutely not. I don't have any funny, good Perry Como stories. Maybe next time, let me think about it. And, you know, my mindset's just in a different wavelength right now. Next one.
Did you do that one?
Do we have the
Alexander
viewership
Wilson?
or it dropped off?
Did we do that one?
Yes, we already did that.
Huh?
We're about 550.
Oh, okay. All right. Guys, any more questions? You want to keep on going? Cut it down. But go to themanshot.com, guys. The Manshot. Trust me, it'll cure your erectile dysfunction. Even if you don't have a problem, but you don't have that erection that you had when you were a kid, everything is discreet. You'll have your consult with the doctor. It'll be shipped to you in a package. Nobody will see it. You hit yourself, oh my God, you're a rock star. You think you're 17 years old. Your woman, listen, first time I used it, my wife, I had to call the ambulance. She went to the hospital. She couldn't take it. So, and she came out the next day barely walking, but she loved it. Smile on her face. So, you see, she's even laughing. She said, oh my God, I wish that was true. But it was true. So,
He thinks
stop
he's
bitching.
a horse now.
Yeah. The Manshot, you become a horse. So, guys, trust me. It's great. Go to themanshot.com. Enjoy your erection. It's great. So, got to give it to the doctor. Listen, you'll love it. Your wife will love it. Your girlfriend will love
They might
it.
go
Your
running.
girlfriend's girlfriend will love it. You'll be a rock star all the way around. Actually, a cock star. Peace out. Love it. Go ahead. And with your EG Vodka. So have a drink, have the Manshot, all in one shop. You see that? And you can go on Mafia Roundtable too. Hit the links. Boom. Buy it. Done. Let's go. Next. Bella. What happened? My Bella. Oh my God. I'm disappointed. I miss Bella.
Is Don H. Is John Staluppi the richest mob guy today?
I have no idea who I figure was the richest would probably be Sally Avellino. He has to be easily a billionaire by now. Worth actually a couple or a few $1 billion. What's that look? What is that look? I got what?
Sean
Don't look
Smith.
at me like that. You. I am not talking to you. You. Deb.
It's called a horse shot now, not the man shot.
Oh, the horse shot. There we go. That's right. If you want to be a stallion, go to themanshot.com and you'll be a stallion. You'll ride off into the sunset. So will your wife.
Poor girls are gonna have to
I
break
know.
those horses.
They'll be cursing me. Listen, they'll be sending a lot of love. Dom, thank you. But go ahead. Next.
Dom, can you talk to Alan Kaiser's sister? Possibly. She's on YouTube all the time.
I would love to. If she reaches out to me, offlines me, maybe we'll do an interview with her. Love to have her on the show. Go ahead.
Thank you for the contribution. Hey, Dom, what do you think about A-Light? He said that he was the acting boss of the Gambino family at one point. Great show, buddy.
That's
Listen.
from Giacomo.
Okay, I don't know about if A-Light ever said that. If he did, buddy, you know, I love you. You might have been drinking a little too much. But listen, A-Light's a great guy. He definitely did work. Definitely was a force to be reckoned with. So, got to give him that. You can't take that away from him. So, and also he bounces around New York. So, you know, there's some things I disagree with him. Some things I don't. So, but overall, I like the man. I think he's a great guy. So that's my opinion. That's the way I feel, and it is what it is.
Laura 84, you say Sammy is a snake. Do you have to be? Oh, thanks for the contribution.
Thank
Do you
you.
have to be like a snake to rise as high as he did in the Mafia?
Sammy rose. You know, it's funny. John Gotti had a reason to kill the boss because John Gotti, Ruggiero, Angelo Ruggiero, they got caught on tape. So Paul Castellano would have definitely killed him if he heard those tapes. So Sammy, I guess, was caught in the mix with that. And I guess Sammy had to ride with the upcoming force. So that's Sammy's, excuse me, that's his claim to fame. So I just, who, if it wasn't for Gotti, who would Sammy be? Who would he have been? So who was he before that? Nobody. He was what, an acting captain, if that? I'm not even sure. I'm sure Mikey Scars can answer that better. But all I just know is character. Sammy's a piece of garbage, and I'm sorry. That's my opinion. That's the way I feel, because he burnt me for nothing, for something so minute. How could you burn me like that? So if you did it for this, look at his overall character and position with everything. Killed his brother-in-law for money. Killed his close friends for money. And that's Sammy's claim to fame. Did Sammy ever make money on his own? Did Sammy ever create business on his own? No. Go ahead. What are you laughing at?
TV says, Manshot plus EG Vodka, don't matter what she looks like.
That's after a bottle. Listen,
hell of a night.
and wait till I come out with the big Jimmy McManus stories with Pretty Woman. We had many nights where we got fucked up. We didn't give a shit. Oh my Lord, we had some fun.
So Sujin, thank you for your contribution. When it comes time to launch your protein, let me know. I'll support it.
Thank you.
Wait, I'm not
Oh,
done.
I'm sorry. Again, you did it to me again. Don't you listen? Wait, you don't let me speak because it's all about you, Dominic. It's all about you, Dominic. You don't let me speak. Sure. Disregard, dismiss me. Go ahead. Shh, calm down.
And wear any merch you launch. I'm a bodybuilder.
Okay. Actually, you could go on the website right now. Go to the website, mafiaroundtable.com. Click on shop. Hopefully, Lee put it on the front page.
It's on the front page.
Oh, it is? You did? My man. See, I only had to ask him 15 times, but that's all right. 14 and a half. But no, it's on there. We have Syndicate, all the protein powders, the creatines, the aminos. It's there. So go ahead.
And once you approve the merch, it'll be up too.
Okay. Once I approve it? Okay. Thank you. See, this is the only way I find out about it on these shows.
From Aaron, Dom, I see your anger with Sammy, but if you thought he was a piece of shit for killing a kid, why did you go and fly to Arizona and kiss the ring?
Very good question. You know what? You're right. Maybe I overlooked things with him because of the friendship. I try not to judge people. And you're right. I really started judging him after he burnt me. So I guess it's out of frustration, anger. But, it is what it is. And you're right, I did overlook that. So maybe because I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, waiting for him to come out with it. But you know what? Maybe it's just out of anger that I'm using it against him, that he never did come out with it. So, but you're right, great question.
Actually, you started seeing a few things.
Yeah, no, I started seeing a few things, but I kept my
this.
mouth shut prior to this. And this was like the straw that broke the camel's back. So but thank
Frankie,
you.
thank you for your contribution. Back in the 90s, the early 2000s in Jamaica, Queens, I used to run around with the Latin Kings, but I always looked up to the Mafia, rather. And thanks for your contribution.
Thank you so much. Latin Kings, forced to be reckoned with. I had a lot of friends who were in the Latin Kings. Even back in my day, there was the Zulu Nation. They were powerful in my day, Zulu Nation. So, I had a lot of respect for all different types of organizations.
Well, yeah, Frank the God, Peace Dom, keeps moving. Did you know any black gangsters from New York, Montreal in the house?
Yes, I had a lot of black gangsters. Shout out to Montreal in the house. And like I said, Zulu Nation, back in the day, they were powerful. Anything else? Lee's smiling, smirking.
No, Timothy says, my friends in Scottsdale all think Sammy is an idiot. His construction company was just a front for his ex-ring.
Okay. See, everybody could say things about people. It's easy to throw stones, but myself included. But I did it for a reason. And that's it. I feel better about it. And after these shows, I'm not going to use it as a topic. Sammy, of course, will say, I'm doing it to get my viewership up. Sammy, I don't need you to get my viewership up. My viewership, I think, is pretty solid. My followers are pretty solid. So, it is what it is, Sammy. And shame on you. Shame on you.
Timothy says, and yes, we all want a Sammy rap.
Oh, a Sammy rap.
Yeah, they've been discussing about
Maybe. Maybe I'll come out with a Sammy. We'll have, hopefully, Joseph and Wilfredo will come out like with a good video of little rats running around with Sammy doing the dance, shitting in his pants while he has everybody in a trance, going down doing the Sammy dance. Who's a rat with the cat coming at him with a bat, hitting him over the head. So Sammy Gravano, and I'm not going to say the rest.
That's your new that's your new comic book?
Oh, maybe we'll do a comic book.
Nebu says, and if Vinny gets out on his upcoming appeal, do you ever see yourself reconciling with him and possibly having him on?
Oh, I would love to, but Vinny, I'm telling you, probably look to kill me without a doubt, knowing Vinny. But even if he wins this appeal, Vinny has another life sentence, folks. So, remember, he has 2 life sentences. They're running wild. That means they're running apart. So he wins on this one. Even if they threw this life sentence out, he still has a life sentence over his head that he has to beat. So he has a long uphill battle, that's for sure. And I wish him the best.
So Kevin, 23, 22, 6. Just lost it. I know A-Light since we were kids. It's hard for me to get over that he killed a friend. Maybe someday.
You know what? I had a dear friend of mine recently that I hooked up with. Told me for many years, Dom, I was heartbroken. I hated you. Because what you did. And I know the reasons behind it. And I spoke about you 4 or 5 days a week for years. And we just hooked up. And his words to me, first words, Dom, I love you. I said, I love you too. And it's amazing. We never left off a beat. The life is not what it once was, folks. And you know what? I've always said this. I took the coward way out. But I'm happier for myself. I'm trying to do good for people, using the platform in a positive way. There's going to be some negatives where can't satisfy everybody in life what comes out. So I'm going to try to do my best, keep it entertaining, keep it going. But a lot of people, about 90% of the people in the Bronx in my old life, got in touch with me, DM'd me on the side. Dom, I miss you. I love you. Keep on doing what you're doing. I even heard the Marina Del Rey, which is a massive catering hall in the Throgs Neck section of the Bronx. Every time there's a banquet, there might be anywhere from 200 to 400 to 500 people there. I was told, Dom, 90% of the place are talking about you, give you props. They're proud of you. They love you. And wow, I'll be like, you're the talk of the Bronx. Thank you for everybody for your support. I love everybody out there. And I apologize to whoever I hurt out there in the past, whoever I caused harm to. I really do apologize. And I'll make amends in different ways, helping other people. So to show my gratitude for all this love and support.
Yep. Alexander Wilson, thanks for your contribution. What's going through your mind when Alpo got killed? Being from D.C., a lot of people weren't shedding tears.
No, Alpo did a lot of bad. Alpo was just into himself. I didn't know Alpo that well. I just met him one time when we transacted with a gun, firearms, 2 firearms he purchased from us. But Alpo did a lot of bad to people, a lot of harm, and he just thought he was bigger than life, larger than life. And it happens. So it could happen to me, but I don't go to New York. I don't look to throw it in anybody's face. I think this is more than enough stepping across that line. And it is what it is. So he played in the fast life and he got killed for it.
Chloe is asking, Mia asks, are you available? She's 26, blonde, big blue eyes, and lovely.
Mia, am I available? Why? Because you heard about the Manshot, huh? No, Mia, I'm not, but thank you. I'm flattered. I'm happily married, maybe about 5% of the time. Just joking. I'm happily married. Love my wife dearly. She's my strength, my rock. She keeps me focused, grounded, in check, vacuuming, doing laundry, cleaning, dusting, mopping. Um, Again, anything else?
DL,
I'm bullshitting with the dusting. I hate the dust, but
DL said, could you baseball bat Sammy with the man shot?
I'll hit him with my baseball bat after I inject it.
McKinley said, Dom, might be a dumb question, but Yankees or Mets?
Oh, Yankees, all the way Yankees.
Why?
Why? That's the Bronx. They're the Bronx, and they're the Yankees, the Bronx Bombers. Mets weren't from the Bronx.
I know, I grew up
They're
in
Queens.
I grew up Mets.
Because you're truly not from New York. Westchester County, that's not the Bronx.
Oh, somebody here said, give us some stories from Westchester County.
I will give you guys a story next week. Remind me, Maddie, Lee. We'll talk about Trotter's Restaurant, who's owned by, I think, Andrew Gigante, related to, everybody knows, the Chin. So I'll tell you the stories about Trotter's. What I went in there threatening him and pulled him up hard as a motherfucker, making a statement. What was that? Who passed the slick comment?
No.
Go ahead. I see it already.
Dercio says he
Dercio?
Yeah, he thanks for the contribution.
Is this Mike Dercio?
No.
Oh, who is it? Just Dercio?
Let me finish. Dom, I just want to say that you're the boss in your own lane. That's why I gave him the eye.
That's why you gave me the eye?
That's why I gave Lee the eye, like,
Oh, here we go. Get Dom's head swollen. Thank you. At least, say, I'm the boss, Maddie. Say that? That's right.
I guess they were trying, who's Alpo? But Cody James is explaining Alpo was a huge Harlem drug kingpin.
Yeah, Alpo was like one of the top. Alpo killed Rich Porter, who was like massive cocaine distributor, dealer in Harlem. Alpo, and they were best friends. Alpo killed him. The way Joey Cupcakes killed his best friend Frankie over being jealous and envious, and over money. The same with Alpo.
Someone, True Talk said Sammy's new name is Sammy Scammy Gravano.
I like that. Sammy Scammy the Snake Gravano.
So Frank the God says, Bronx question, KRS-One or Fat Joe?
Fat Joe. You know how many hits? Fat Joe is one of the biggest underrated rappers. Look at all the hits he has. He has hit after hit after hit after hit. And a lot of things he put out there, he just smashed it. So I have to go with Fat Joe. Okay, next. That's it. Guys, we'll take 2 or 3 more questions. Is there anything else coming in, guys? Before we wrap it
They're
up?
talking about the game. Somebody was football games.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to start wrapping it up now. Thank you, everybody, for the support, the love, the contributions. We're coming out within the next 8 weeks. Go ahead.
James Proctor said, God bless you, Dominic. Thank you for your integrity and being transparent.
James, and thank you. Thank you for your friendship, your honesty, your kind words offline. And I wish you and Lee Cole the very best. But please be careful what comes out. So I know everybody's their own man in themselves. Do not be dragged under or tarnish your name, your reputation. I know you have too much integrity, respect for others. I wish you the best. If you need any help, that you want to launch your own channel, you want to do something for yourself, you definitely have my support. And I'm sure you'll get other people to support you as well. Never be afraid to go for your goals, your dreams, your aspirations in life. You have my support, and thank you.
Peter Miller said, hey, Dom, if Vinny ever got out, do you believe he would return to the life?
Absolutely, 1,000%. Vinny, without a doubt, is 1,000% gangster. That's all he knows. Great guy, and he's a powerhouse. So Vinny definitely will return to the life. everybody, thank you so much. Wish everybody the best. Have a great weekend. And like I said before, we're working on 44 states for EG Vodka, where you could, it'll be drop shipped to you. We're going to have a subscription base, and wish everybody the best. And actually, where's the, Maddie, could you pass me, Lee, that case over there? So I want to show everybody what we have coming out.
This?
Yeah, just pass me one of the bottles.
Oh, those are pretty. Oh, no, pass the white one.
Here's what we have. This is our champagne. Champagne D-Rock in the house. With the name of the Hard Rock. This is what we're working on. This camera, Joe. Hello, I can't see you. Yeah. This one or the middle one?
Straight.
Well, go ahead, you can speak. The far one? Okay.
His right.
We have, see the money? $100 bills, folks. This is what we're working on. Champagne de Rock for the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel in AC. Here's what we do. So, everybody, Champagne de Rock is another line we have. If you want this champagne, we're the only company in the U.S. that you could get this through. I mean, the champagne's premium, comes out of Champagne, France, brought here. See the bottles, unbelievable. So, and we could custom anything people want. That and EG Vodka, quality, 1000%. With that, everybody, wish everybody the best. Have a great weekend. Drink responsibly, and peace out. Love everybody. Until next week, much love and respect. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Peace out. Much love.